about our Father's business. Crime mode, filled with this Holy Spirit, that's a cheat code. Holiness the standard, we never fold. We about to make a scene episode.
Yo, we are back. Episode 28 of season 2 of the Not the Same Podcast. Hosted by this one word, C-Micah, and also by that one word over there, Rob Redeem. And, you know, he said he got family on both sides, so he's repping the other game tonight.
You tuned in last night. I was glued up. Tonight, so whoop.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you can be all deep like some of the Christian folks that used to be bloods. It's the blood of Jesus. Nah,
it's the blood of Jesus.
You know what you're really saying. What up, D?
What up, D?
And,
I'm just representing my squads, bro. That's all it's about.
And if you're watching us live exclusively on YouTube, hit that like button to alert everybody that we're live right now on the Not the Same Podcast. And as well, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you will know for yourself. What up, Daryl? Mr.
Daryl,
G.
what's good,
Mr.
G?
Brother?
All the way from Canada. What's popping? What's going on?
Yes, sir. So, man, how you doing, bro?
I am good. Did we hit that like, subscribe, and all that good stuff?
Really?
You did it? Okay, I'm catching up, brother. I'm reading the comments over here that it missed me over here. But, hey, shout out to all our rebroadcasters. We want to start right here in the Midwest. Scooter Praise 365 Radio. Don't know the rebroadcaster, brother. 520 Collective, Parable Radio, His Hop, Who's Hop, His Hop, Left Coast,
yes,
His Hop Radio Podcast, RYC Praise News, and I always forget the mother brothers, brother.
The Takeover Show.
The Takeover Show. Hey, Takeover, I'm going to get it together. See, I got a whole little spiel, and I got to put Takeover in there. I probably have to put Takeover first and add a little bit. And
what up,
our MTMB fam. Ruben, what's popping, man?
Miss Dingle. Good to see you,
Miss Dingle, what's going on? Look, bro, what's popping, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on with you, see?
Not much, man. I can't call it a little tired, man, but we're going to power through, man, because the joy of the Lord is my strength, and I got a whole lot to do still. So it don't even matter.
That boy, man, hey, you know you tired when you start quoting scriptures.
Quote scriptures all the time, bro.
Man, stop now. You want to be DC. It's
Let's
just
see
like
what's good.
What's good?
I mean, if it's in you, it just come at you, dog. I'm sorry. Sharon, good to see you, man.
What's going on, Sharon? Man, y'all pray for this man. Y'all trying to make me look like a heathen tonight.
Because me and Rob saying hi, but he look
like
he look like a little dude over there.
Yeah, little Daryl.
Little Daryl. Let's see. Miss G say was in your country for a few days visiting Mickey Mouse with the kids. That's what's up, brother.
You went to Cali or you went to Florida? Which Mickey Mouse house did you go to, brother?
Yeah, let us know, brother. Which side did you go to? Orlando or California? You know what I'm saying?
Cali. Yeah.
Cali. All right, man. Robert Dean, my brother from my brother from another mother, like my homie Larry Rogers on the west side. Some say it's the best side, but I roll in the Midwest. But be careful on the west side of St. Louis, man. Tuck in your chain, man. Keep your girlfriend with you. Yeah, please, brother.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, that mug just beeping all over the place, brother.
I mean, you in demand, brother.
We live. We live. That's all I can say. Hey, if you're going to go on the west side, make sure you got on what you see on the screen. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. If you want to know what's good. Yeah.
If you want to know what's good. What's good with me, man? I'm off, brother. And I'm off until a little while. So I get about a week off. Day before yesterday,
mm-hmm.
you work at the airport. You know, you can walk from Terminal 1 if you got a badge. You can walk from Terminal 1
mm-hmm.
or Terminal 2 to Terminal 1. And
mm-hmm.
I did this in what I thought was my good shoes. You know, Kohans make it feel like you float.
Yes, sir.
But halfway back up, after I walked the mile down and walked the mile back up, it ain't meant to walk miles in dress shoes, folks. I don't care how comfortable they are. They're not walking shoes. They dress shoes for a reason.
That's right.
And I got all the way back up, and it felt like my arch just decided to say, you know what, one word?
He gave up the ghost in.
And I felt this pain that shot from the bottom of my foot up the back of my leg into my lower back, bro. And I'm talking about like the type of wince I gave, and I'm so happy nobody is allowed to hear those things on the decon course because it's private. You can't see nothing. But it took me out, brother. It took me out.
Like that commercial where they say, I throw a challenge flag, and Dad was like, yeah, I got this spider. He said, Dad, I'm glad you got it. I ain't know you could holler like that. I ain't holler, son. I throw a
Right.
challenge, and then he was like,
Hey, look, D talking about some bad feet mug. That's all I can hear. No, it ain't meant for you to walk miles in dress shoes. Look, Shout out to the Muslim nation. Shout out to the Jehovah's Witness community, because y'all walk around in these shoes on a regular basis. Only for that shout out. That's the only reason I'm shouting you out. Because if you can walk around in them shoes, all them places, you know what?
Bless your
Jesus really has you. You dig what I'm saying?
Mr. G said bunions.
Not bunions, brother. The bottom of my foot, brother. You dig what I'm saying?
Everybody that's getting these jokes off ain't never tried to walk a New York mile in some dress shoes. Because they walk from their car to the church, which probably ain't that far. Or they walk from the car to their job, and they probably coming from a garage. Then they ride an elevator up and go straight to their place. But when you walk from...
that's a mile and a half, brother.
Okay, the Concourse 1. It's not called Concourse 1.
It is. It's called
when you go
Terminal 2.
No, I was thinking Terminal. When you walk from Terminal 2 to Terminal 1, when you driving, take a good minute. Like literally when you driving, take a good minute. So I'm gonna protect my brother here, man, because y'all get off. His feet probably is bad though. But nah, I'm kidding.
My feet ain't bad, brother. My feet ain't.
I can't say a word, brother. Nobody has seen my feet, and they never will, unless they crystal.
Let me tell you something, man. I can make money, but that ain't the point. No, you bet. Hey, brother, you bet not. You bet not. You. You bet not. My point is, my arch failed, and then I had to take a muscle relaxer.
What is happening to this show? What is happening to this show?
Hey, that's how I felt. Man, what's good with you, bro? I ain't
what's
with
good?
None of y'all on
what's
this
good
one.
is me that we ain't gonna talk about what we just got through talking about no more. We gonna move on.
Okay. Try walking in stilettos. No, I will pass. That is not my community.
Please pass, brother. Mr. G said he was walking at Disney. I feel your pain somewhat. LOL. I believe you, brother. You probably have some tennis shoes on, or I don't know what they call them in Canada.
If anybody ever been to Vegas, and you can have on the best tennis shoes. If they ain't walking shoes and you've been to Vegas, I guarantee by the time you get from Luxor to New York, you think about it.
And see, the thing is, when me and my brother was in Vegas for a show, right? And Rob was like, man, you ain't gonna get out and walk? I'm like, no, I ain't getting out and walking. My feet wasn't hurting. You know what I'm saying? I knew where I wanted to go. When nothing on the strip for me. What was for me was at the end of the strip to the left, upstairs in the mall, which was called a Nike factory. That's all I wanted to go to. I was like, man, but we could go here. We could go see this. I was straight. I could see it on TV.
Hey,
I'm straight.
Let me tell y'all something, man. I love this brother.
And my feet was fine.
Brother.
That brother hated me that day.
Hey, look, I love this brother to life. But when it comes to doing shows, I make sure I've been to the city before I go with this brother, because he will not.
We on sightseeing. We on
this brother do not believe it. No, it ain't popping off. But anyways, bro, let's keep it pushing, bro.
Rob got Gerza feet. What's that?
I don't know what Gerza feet is. Hey, I know I ain't got that.
Translate that Canadian, brother. I don't know what that mean, dog.
I don't know what he talking about. My arts failed. Y'all, okay, laugh now, cry later. I'm telling you now. Keep living.
My what's good is I'm happy for my brother. He got a new single dropping tomorrow. Y'all will see an exclusive video a little bit later in the show, man. First people to see it. People on YouTube ain't even seeing it yet. So that's how special y'all is. Y'all get to see this new my brother. Salute to Vivid Cortez, who is killing the video game. And, salute to my brother.
Toy also. Torcia for bringing them album covers. So salute to the Willis family. They just doing everything.
He said old people feet.
Yeah, man, you ain't putting that on me, brother. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's keep pushing.
In Jesus' name. But yeah, man, so salute to all them, man. Salute to my brother. He got a new single dropping tomorrow. Make sure y'all go support. And
Tonight at midnight.
Yeah. Anyway, tomorrow. Everybody ain't up at midnight. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, salute to my brother for doing that, man. I want to celebrate him just like I know he celebrated me last week. It is not easy for us having jobs, being in leadership, as for my brother Rob, having kids, as for me, having a family, having a wife, having workers, having issues and all that, to actually get to what we love. One of the things we love best is music. And we hardly get to it, you know what I'm saying? Because we also love doing podcasts and talking to y'all and being with y'all, you know what I'm saying? But we still need to get this music out. People need this gospel, you know. So
yeah, man.
All right, man. Enough fun and games, man. Let's get into
old people feet. What?
old
The
people
nerve.
feet. The audacity of this one word. Kanye, not Kanye, Stephen A. The gall.
The other gall of
the
this
other
man.
gall. All right, man. Let's get into the face segment. What we will be talking about tonight is dealing with loss and tragedy as a believer. This is coming from within our city. What's up, Cortez?
What up, Cortez?
Sir?
Just shouted the brother out.
Yes, sir. This is coming from in our city. There was a school shooting in a part of the area of a city. Some of Rob's kids knew some of the people that went to the school.
Yeah.
Your son Darius busted in the office. Hey, see, you heard about this? And blah, blah, blah. Like, I know it touched him. It touched a lot of kids. Yeah. And what we want to talk about is dealing with that, as a believer. What do we do? You know what I'm saying? Because there's almost like a helpless situation. I would really, really hate for that to ever happen at the airport with all those people, thousands of people, and then like an active shooter is there. Like that's something we never want to see, and that's why people in my brother Rob's profession is always on the lookout if they're doing their job right for any shiesty looking folks. You know what I'm saying? They want to try to
anything above the baseline.
Yeah, but go ahead, bro. What up, Just James?
Just James was popping. Hey, before we get started on this serious note, Just James, congratulations to you too. This brother got a mixtape coming out at midnight also. So CHH is alive and popping.
And tour coming November 11th.
And November 11th, she is coming. So she might even be sliding through. We'll wait and see. But as far as tragic and dealing with loss.
Cortez here, she here.
Okay, cool.
There she is right there. Sup.
So this is big, man. And what I mean by that, this young man, I'm going to start off of what they found, of what this young man said. He said, I don't have any family. Yeah. I didn't have any friends. I've never had a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He wasn't the most liked. Basically, he had nothing to live for.
Right.
And this is our Faith in Music show. And I want to say this. As opposed to talking about people who seem to be the oddball, the anomaly around the thing, and I'm not talking about the good anomaly, and we talk about folks, and you never know what people are going through. Yeah, and isolation and the idle mind is the devil's playground. I know that it's not biblically sound when I say isolation, but the devil likes to get you isolated so you can get in your thoughts.
Yes.
And everything seems like it's going against you.
Yes.
And it led to this tragedy that happened at this school. My son, Devin, one of his friends, I won't say his friend name, but he spent the night over here before. Devin's been to his house several times. That's the school that he goes to. Mm-hmm. And he was there the day that this tragedy happened. And unfortunately, 3 people lost their lives. A young lady who was 16, a teacher, and then the gunman himself. And then 3 people were hurt. Yeah. And his gun jammed. Fortunately, his gun jammed. Unfortunately, 3 people did lose their lives, man. And, my son was scared to go to school because it had started circling on social media that, hey, there's going to be shootings at this school. It was Jennings, it was Hazelwood, and it was another school. And so Devin came to me. See, Devin always joking, making jokes or whatever. My son was terrified and said, Dad, do I have to go to school tomorrow? Dominic didn't go to school. He transferred so he can play ball. His school was shut down and was on virtual learning. And I kept Devin out for the rest of the week. You can call it fear or whatever the case may be. This goes to dealing with loss as a believer. You got fear and then you got common sense. I didn't let my son go, and I'm not knocking nobody who let their kids go back to school, even though it was a threat, because the very next day, Hazelwood West, what did they find? They found a young man with a gun. Yep. Over in Belleville, they found 2 guns in the school, or Cahokia, one of them. My point is, we chose not to let him go. That was our take on it. I got more on this, but I'm going to give you the floor.
Well, first of all, to you keeping your son at home, I think there's nothing wrong with that. And you could say fear or whatever, man, but I can be full of faith and I see somebody shooting. I'm not walking in front of the bullet, dog. You feel what I'm saying? Like, look, I love God. I have faith. I believe God can really do a literal miracle in that situation if he had to. But I'm not going to take my faith-filled self and just walk in the line of a bullet. And if listen, we stay home. You know what I'm talking about? I got faith. He ain't going to do nothing.
About no weapon form. No, that's foolery.
You finna meet Jesus right then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But listen, we stay home when there's too much ice on the road. because there's a threat, right? There's a threat that you can have a wreck. We stay home when the air conditioner's out. You know, some schools, they keep you at home because it's too hot. You know what I'm saying? It's too hot in the school. You don't want the kids to get sweaty. Okay, if there's a threat and it's been publicly made, and notice, all these shootings, a lot of times, they make a threat on social media. Okay, we need to start listening to this, right? Because every time, like, recently in my home city of Memphis, man, like the whole city was on lockdown, and somebody said on Facebook beforehand, yo, I'm through with this. I'm about to lose it all. I'm about to go to jail. Something finna happen. Something finna happen, basically. You feel what I'm saying? And then he went out there and killed people all over the city of Memphis for 4 hours, terrified the whole city. So if you're hearing that, right, and I'm not saying that to over-illustrate what you said, man, but it just made me think about that. Yo, there's nothing wrong with you. Look, man, I want my nephew alive.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
You know, we can get over all this, man. You know, your faith, maybe my faith ain't right. At least I'm alive, fam.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But now, back to the subject at hand, man, dealing with tragedy and loss as a believer, man, like the worst loss I ever had was my mother-in-law. Rob met my mother-in-law, and we had a very close relationship for me to be the son-in-law. And it hurt me. And I'm more of a person that doesn't outwardly express my hurt. You know, I'll be quiet. You know, I may mention a couple of things to my brother, but I kind of keep it to myself. And as a believer, dealing with that was tough. It was tough. Like, we have a picture of her. I got a picture of her and my wife kissing her cheek, and it's a big picture in the room. And it's like, every time I see it in the room, it's like, man, that's hard. It's been over, 2 years she been gone. And I don't think I ever lose the pain of like, okay, she's not here. You know, because this woman loved me unconditionally. And I think as a believer, the hard part is balancing between not being depressed, because I don't think we should be depressed, but also being real about, look, man, it's real. I'm hurting about this. You know, I'm looking at my wife. My wife she don't really do it as much now, but probably the first year, just break out crying out of nowhere. You feel what I'm saying? And I can't be like, toughen up, get your face strong. Nah, man. Like, grief is a real thing, bro.
There it is,
It's a real thing. And I say this because I grew up in the state of like, man, you be faithful, you be strong, you be this. What up, Higgins? You be this, you know, and you stand up for this. But, man, but what we got to really be is real, fam. Like, sometimes we ain't all right. Yeah. And it's all right to say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Ted say, when I lost my dad, I was almost a zombie. I understand. Yeah. I get it, bro. I get it.
I've never lost. What's up, little bro? I've never lost anybody to the point of, you know, a father or a mother or a mother-in-law. But I did lose some uncles who, shaped me in some shape or form when I was a little younger. You know what I mean? And so it hurt, but I didn't take it. That hard. You know what I mean? I took it. I shedded a tear or two, but not tragedy to that point. This is what I want to say to all you deep Christians. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy come in the morning. Guess what?
Yes,
weeping is okay. The Bible also talks about cry with those who are crying, mourn with those who mourn, laugh with those who laugh. It's okay to do these things, and don't feel like your faith is trash because you're having a problem with getting over a tragedy. I have a very good friend of mine who lost a child. Matter of fact, I got two friends of mine who lost children. You know what I mean? That's their child. And every now and then, when that anniversary comes around, guess what? They have to deal with that.
Yes, sir.
I'm not over here you need to trust God more because he'll heal your pain. No, that is not
be better.
Come on, man. You gotta walk in love. You gotta show some grace. You gotta show the sympathy, the empathy that's needed in order to win people over. Like, you can't tell nobody when they supposed to grieve and when they grieve supposed to come over. Now, I'm not saying living a life of grief. That is not of God. Where everything, now all of a sudden, everything is black. You done painted your room black. You're wearing all black. You can't live life. That's not what God wants for you. He wants you to heal, but there's nothing wrong with grieving, or if you have those moments to miss a loved one, man. Like, that's the human capacity of it. Go ahead, man.
I was going to get back on the tragedy part with the, speaking of the school shootings or whatever, what they call them, just public shootings. This is happening regularly. I think it's been like over 200 this year already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always happening. The right word is not public shootings, but you know what I mean.
The sad part is they don't even broadcast half of them.
No, a lot of them,
you
never hear it. You never hear it. Whether it's in school, it be in schools, movie theaters or whatever, man. And it's a sad part. The last movie I went to saw Black Adam. It's a pretty good movie. But while the movie was going on, I was thinking in my head, okay, if something happened, how would I get out? And like, I shouldn't have to think that. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, you know, what would be my exit strategy if somebody just stand up, be like, man, DC rules, I hate Marvel, and just get up. Idiots do crazy crap. You know, you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Get up with a gun. Okay, I got to think about how I'm going to get out. And I should never have to think about that. But we're in those times right now. We're literally in those times right now where at any moment something can pop up. And it's only for the grace of God these things are not happening around us. And I think my biggest thank you, bro, mass shooting. I think my biggest encouragement, I would say to everybody, man, is like, in the Bible, there was something Jesus talked about. Somebody asked, you know, basically, you know, how do you protect yourself from these weird things happening? You know, like, for example, somebody in the airplane and the engine fail and they fall out. Whose fault was it? You know, was the people on the plane not praying enough? Did God kill them? What about that? And then it was talking about literally in the Bible where a tree fell on somebody, basically. It's like, okay, whose fault was it? And Jesus just said, hey, man, just pray that you're covered that the tree don't fall. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stay repentant that, you know, if the tree fall, you're going to be all right. And if the tree don't fall, God protected you. I just want to be protected. You know what I'm saying? I want my fireproof insurance, so to speak, that if something were to happen, I want to go on. But I'm going to be honest, man. I ain't trying to leave here right now. I want to live a long time. And tell Chris, I say this, I'll let you go, bro. I tell my wife this all the time. I said, babe, look around. Watch your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Watch your surroundings. I shared something with you, like we was at a Snooks one time, and I was telling you, like, man, something didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was sitting in the passenger side. She was in there grocery shopping. I'm looking at my phone watching, I think I was watching Game of Thrones, something, just watching my phone, and I felt a check in me, right? And then when I looked up, some dude was just looking in the car and mugging, right? And I'm like, we were really in a hood area. But that looked funny. And then I saw a bunch of dudes just gathered around the front door. So I'm going to go get my wife. I walked straight through them. I said, come on, baby, let's go. Like, I didn't know what was right, but I had an alert like something ain't right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
If you feel something like that and you out somewhere, man, go home.
Go home.
Listen to it. Listen to it. All of us, most of the people that watch this show, we're Christians, we're believers. You get that uneasy, weird feeling, man, hey, man, Dipset, go to the house. You never know what God is protecting you from. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. Yeah.
Hey, just on as far as the tragedy goes and this happens, like, let me tell you, remind y'all this also. How can God allow this to happen? We live in a sin-cursed world. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I think a lot of times we forget about that, and we tend to blame God. But if you're not filled with the Holy Spirit, there is a spirit that you're filled with. You dig what I'm saying? And you have to understand that. And if it's not the spirit of the Lord, it's a spirit. You dig what I'm saying? And I mean, just think about it. Spirit day at school, wines and spirits, like it's a spirit, regardless of what. And when these tragedies happen, no, we don't always have the answers for them. Right. But if you are a believer, you can trust that, hey, look, I'm praying for traveling grace. I'm praying that the Lord protects my family from X, Y, and Z. And if it doesn't happen, then that's when believers be like, you know what, instant death, sudden glory. But that ain't how we walking around this joint. Like, I'm not walking around like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not walking around in fear, but I'm not walking around like, yo, I hope I die today. No, that's not reality.
That is a lie.
You think what I'm saying? That's not reality. But I don't want anybody to be discouraged if their faith do, you know, dwindle a little bit when something happens. Yeah. It's fine. Just pray for strength. It's going to happen. You're not going to be the mighty saint every time something pop off. It's just not going to happen, especially when they hit your door. It can hit your friend door and they have lost, and you be like, man, I'm there for you, brother. You know, I understand. But then when it hits your door, you walk away from the faith and you hope somebody will come back and get you, like the word of God says. So I don't know. It's hard dealing with tragedy. It's hard dealing with loss. Part I do know, but what I also know is we have to continue to stand on the faith and stand on the word of God that he's faithful.
Hagen say a lot of mass shootings don't make the news because the way they classify mass shootings. I think anything over 2 people is considered a mass shooting. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I think, what was it? Late last year, we talked about it because of everybody that was committing suicide and we did a whole study, and C and I talked about how many mass shootings this was right after Buffalo shooting. That's what it was, because he went live with it. And I looked up how many mass shootings had took place before the Buffalo thing. And it was already at like 35, 40. That was like 41, but that made the news. And it was one in LA that was even worse than the Buffalo one. Right. And it never made the news. So you have to, it happens all the time. But listen, man, we don't walk by fear. We walk by faith. You know what I mean? And he hasn't given us a spirit of fear. And if you're in the body of Christ, I'm encouraging right now, look, the world around us is jacked up. I get it. But don't be walking around this mug in fear. When COVID hit, the one thing me and C said, we're not about to walk around this joint in fear. Like at all. And they was people were dying. I mean, close to us. People, I know people who lost family members, but we refuse to walk around in fear. Now, I didn't lose anybody to the COVID. So it's a little different for me compared to somebody that I know who's watching who lost a couple of family members and friends to COVID. It hit them a little different. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah.
So, man, just to wrap this up, man, I think what came out of this while we were talking is just, as a believer, man, don't feel bad if you're grieving. Don't feel bad if you have some fear. Listen, man, the people you read about in the Bible were never perfect. One person we read about in the Bible was perfect, Jesus. One. Over thousands and thousands of years, all the great people, Paul, all these great apostles and all that, were not perfect. They was far from perfect. They got down. They had issues. They messed up. They messed up way worse than some of us that messed up. Know that. Just be real. Just be real with God. There was a scripture where Jesus said, yeah, I got faith to believe, but help my unbelief. That's just being real. Like, I believe you real, but help my unbelief. Right. I believe you real, but I don't know if you're going to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like Rob telling me, hey, man, I'm going to give you $1,000. Well, I believe you my brother, but, man, that 1,000 ain't hit my bank account yet. So something like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, man, let's hold up a weight, man. That was a good one. That was a good one. Maybe.
Hold up. Hey.
This is STL, and you tune into Not the Same Podcast, where you're hearing faith, music, and sports. Turn it up.
I'm gonna pause this, man, because this show snuck up on a brother quick. So y'all gonna see this live, what we normally do. But this is gonna be a song by our guy Legin again. It's called "We Can Be Friends Then." A little quick video. Drop this right quick.
Whoa, we need to wake up. Whoa, we need to wake up. Down, we need to stay up. Need an alarm. Whoa,
I see you didn't hop on that Will Thomas.
This is what happened with passion to me and the purpose of God and establishing. I got the rock and the passionate. Guillotine to the establishment. White, black, nobody get a pass in this. Never much of a passion for. My father died from that powder. Did somebody pass him? It's in his life spiraling downward, but nobody found him. So why would I listen to your favorite rapper that's bragging about all the pounds he split? All for the culture. I don't know if that's working for us. Congratulations, though, I'm glad he rich. I cannot give it a pass. If it was sell or starve, you never get judging from me. I know that grieving is hard. It's some other bustle we on, but I know enough people was born in the evil that never gave in to the con. Instead of perpetuating, they rejected the system that legally dawned. The makers and gangsters and dons incarcerated, and we believe these are the marks receiving applause. Labor will profit our posthumous when you gon' pop in that pill and you poppin' and probably die from this. Checking the playlist to see what we really gets on. We need an alarm. I am not after your friendship. I am after your soul to see you redeemed by the kinsman. Leaving the leaves of the sin that the serpent will leave. So you slip when you leave on the t-shirt don't mention. After a few weeks of it, go funny for funeral expenses. I'm thinking it's wrong. Want to see you at the endless commencement that God has designed. And
video that never happened.
And we can be friends then.
Don't fit in.
CHH Segment.
Appreciate you, brother.
I'm sorry, I just saw the background. Like, man, that show looked like that spot we found that time. Anyway, man, that was shout out to the guy Legin. That was a song called "We Can Be Friends Then." All right, what we gonna go into for the CHH/music segment? Thoughts on the Kanye situation? If you don't know what happened with the Kanye situation, he made some anti-Semitic comments about the music industry and who's over it, and he's getting dropped by everybody like flies, dropped by everybody like God dropped Lucifer out of heaven.
Right. It was a loud thunder. Yeah, that's how his bank account is going.
Down. Going way, way down.
Yeah. I want y'all comments over here. I want y'all to comment on this situation because this is I got
We
two
touched on it
angles.
last night, but we're
A
going
little
to
bit,
go deeper.
but I'm gonna touch on it from the Kanye situation. Hey, isn't it strange when Kanye was dragging Kim through the mud, when Kanye was dragging black owners through the mud, when Kanye was anything that was black on black crime or black on black crime, all these people supported him. But the moment he stepped outside of his own race and made comments, everybody started dropping him. It's kind of crazy how in society today we can kill each other.
Yes.
And the courts are so crowded, depending on the situation, I'll let you out on bond. Even though you just shot that person dead in the head. But it was black on black crime. So therefore, I'm going to let you out because we overcrowded. And there's a little more nuances in that. But this is really going on into today's society within the black community because it's fine as long as we're talking about one another.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? But the moment we step outside of it, it's cancel culture very quick. You know what I'm saying? That's my first thoughts on this as far as the Kanye situation and how we raking them through the mud. And I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna tell you the other side of this, man. It's just crazy to me.
I think I'm gonna answer the question though. Why is it different? Because he started talking about, making anti-Semitic comments. It's who he's talking about, and the world is ran by wealth, and the wealth of the money and wealth of the world is all in the Jewish people's hands. It's a biblical thing.
Like Abraham the Covenant, said it. Abraham the Covenant. If you don't know,
the people who's the head of all these companies is the Jewish people. No hate to Jewish people, but at the end of the day, when he swung at them, oh yeah, he hit. Oh no, we can't touch you, dog. No, because you ain't gonna mess up our money.
Yeah,
you can get down on the brothers, you get down on white people, but you don't mess with them Jews, and that's what happened, man.
Yeah. He does need therapy. This is the other thing I wanna bring out. My man has said publicly, hey, look, when I'm off my meds, I don't make the right decisions. Yet and still we're making memes about it. Like this man is telling us, yo, I need help. I have mental issues. And when I don't take my meds, that saying, he off his meds. Right. I don't know if he's bipolar. I don't know any of that. But what I do know, he says, when I'm off my meds, I ain't thinking right. And again, social media drag him through the mud after he done already said, yo, I act like this when I ain't on my meds, bro. We said this last night. Pray for Kanye because my man went from being on the Forbes billionaire list to dropped in a day. Adidas dropped him. Skechers turned him away from the doors when he walked up to Skechers. I don't know who want Yeezys with lights on the bottom, but the point that I'm making is he is being his worst own enemy, but my man already said he need help, bro. He dealing with mental issues.
All right, I'm gonna go through the comments now. I got another comment. Kanye ain't crazy or nothing. He just a little eccentric. That's what Hagen said. Then he said he ain't scared. He ain't scared of them people. He gonna speak his mind. Then Daryl says Kanye is his own worst enemy. The man needs therapy. Miss Dingle says Michael Jackson said they don't care. They don't really care about us. And then
y'all see what happened to him.
Yeah. Then they didn't care. They didn't care when he was trashing black people, but when he talked about them, they got mad. Toy says yep. And then who's responsible for him being on his meds? Bingo. Now, that's what. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now I'm gonna let you do it.
That's exactly where I was gonna go. Now here's the point I was gonna make. Kanye 2 weeks ago was a billionaire, right? I've been around millionaires a couple of times. People with money like that, you don't tell them what to do. You feel what I'm saying? And like I feel you. Like, hey, we gotta pray for him. He need help. Somebody need to help him get on his meds. But I'm gonna say this, man. He a grown cuss word man. I hate to say it like that, but that's a grown man. And he gonna have to take responsibility for it. He's a grown man. That's a grown man. And listen, if you got problems, you ain't on your medicine, and it can't all be washed away, because then he could use that, like people plead insanity, they go kill somebody. I was on my meds. You know what I'm saying? Nah, dog. You popping off at the mouth. You saying what you feel. And like Hagen said, he don't really care. He's saying what he feel. I feel it, but there's consequences for what you say. There's
That's a
always
fact.
consequences for what you say. You can't just say what you want to say. People say that, oh, man, I'm going to say what I feel. I'm going to say it with my chest. Tell your boss what you really think about him. See how long you're going to work the job. Yes, you can say what you feel, but there's still a consequence. That's just the way life goes. I think, me personally, I'm not arguing with you, brother. Me
No,
personally,
you arguing. Let's get it. No, I'm just...
I mean, it can be debate feud, but nah, man. Me personally, my opinion, man, like, hey, the man held responsible. He said it. You know what I'm saying? He said it. Period. If you're off your meds, whose fault he's off his meds? This man ain't a person that needs to be led with a walker and needs to be inside a mental home. You know, do he need a straitjacket? I don't know. But hey, that man got to do something. Go ahead, bro.
No, let's hit some of these comments.
Okay, I'm gonna go back.
First of all, Mr. G, good point. C, good point. I was messing with you when I said it's on his interviews. Yeah, there we go.
All right, we judge Kanye like he don't have mental health issues. It's apparent that he needs checking off all the boxes for bipolar. His interviews be all over the board. If he's not bipolar, then he's an evil genius. No, he's bipolar. I think he said it before.
Yeah, he said it before.
Ms. Diggle says, I'm going to say something that the church going to be mad at. I feel like the church failed him. When Kanye came to the church, we rejected him. Someone said someone should have mentored him. Okay. He should have been covered in his infancy stage. I agree he should have been covered in his infancy stage, but was he humble enough to sit down? That's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with that, Ms. Dingle. I fully agree with that. When he first started putting out music and, you know, he was on the super saved tip, I like, man, this man needs just getting the word. He sit down. You know what I'm saying? I think all these stars, when they get Jesus, and I feel like Jesus really grab a hold of their life, they're not going to love their star life no more. It's hard to really be passionately in love with Jesus and love the star life because they're at war against each other. You feel what I'm saying? Like they're not going together easily. A lot of Christians that are stars are reluctant stars. It's like, I don't even really want to be a star, but everybody like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I wish it could have been different for him, man. That's why I say, who's going to tell that man, hey, bro, you need to sit down. Sit down. Yeah. Learn of this word for a whole year before you release anything. He goes, man, I'm on a label, man. This is my job. And people that love his music, and it be some Christians too, let's be real, we love his music. Man, let's go and put it out, man. Then he do a song with Lecrae and throw Trip Lee on it, and they gonna all do gospel rap. It's gonna be great because we want Kanye in the kingdom, blah, blah, blah. But do we really want Kanye in the kingdom, though? Because if we really want him in the kingdom, do we want his music or do we want his heart in the kingdom? You know, but anyway, that's a whole nother side subject. Go ahead, bro.
It is because I feel like CHH artists sometimes get that fandom. Everybody who done said Jesus in anything is labeled on certain Christian outlets as the next best Christian rapper or the best Christian rapper. Yes. And then Kendrick, the next song be ratchet. Like that. They did Kendrick like that. They did my man, what's my man that always wear the number 3 on his hat? Chance the Rapper. And then they did Kanye like that. And then his next album, he had all mainstream rappers on, no Christian rappers on his album. And you can't tell me nobody wanted to do a song with Ye. But my point that I'm making as far as this goes, I think you got a point. When you have that much money, who can tell you anything? Right. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nobody can't tell you anything. This man be popping off, and he still was selling before Adidas let him go. And then today he put out there, well, Adidas was found by Nazis. Mm-hmm. Be that though it may be, like whatever the case may be.
Now, though? Right.
What it was founded by and what it is today, they dropped you. You dig what I'm saying? And now you're searching. You were with Nike, which is the biggest shoe company in the world. I don't care what you think. Mm-hmm. Nike is the biggest. They run the show. That's why everybody run to Nike for their deal. You dig what I'm saying? Yes. Even Jordan is a sublease of Nike. Just think about that. Then you went to Adidas. You see what happened with G-Unit and the Reebok. My thing is, it's like his money is all fun and games until the money goes out. I'm not saying Kanye is going to go broke. That's not what I'm saying. But to your point, Hagens, everybody that pops off, that look a little like us, they end up getting knocked off. Mm-hmm. And that's historic. This ain't no conspiracy theory. I pray for the brother to, like you said, grown man, take your meds, brother. Mm-hmm. But on the other thing, watch yourself. You dig what I'm saying? Because you treading some dangerous grounds when you start messing with some of the higher ups, and it's just the truth, and that's a historical fact.
Kanye said it best. This is from Just James. Kanye said it best. No one man should have all that power. They're not going to let this man live. They might not, man. I pray that it doesn't come to that.
I pray he don't lose the life also.
Yeah, I pray it doesn't come to that. But I do say this, man. Like, you have to recognize if you ever lived in the hood, right? I didn't live in the hood long. Been in the hood. I went to the hood. I was in the hood all the time once I left, but I didn't be in the hood long. We all knew. I'm just gonna say this ain't everybody's hood dude name, but everybody got a big worm, right? The big OG, nobody mess with, right? Everybody got one dude that like, oh yeah, you don't cross this dude, you end up in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ain't gonna speak nothing ill about that dude because they know they end up in the dirt. You feel what I'm saying? So in the same way, I'm not saying that him making the anti-Semitic comments gonna put him in the dirt, but he was. Career-wise, that's what it did. And so, like, you can feel that. Yeah, that's how you feel. I feel that. That's how you feel. But some situations, like, you know, like the kids say, ain't no backsies. Some stuff, you take it back all you want. Say, I apologize. Say, I'm sorry. I know the deal already over, though, fam. It's over. You know, hey, words have power, man. Words have power, man. Period. The Bible say you snare by the words of your mouth. You got to be careful, dog. Go ahead, bro.
Nick Cannon apologized because he did one thing that C always talk about: protect the bag, fam.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying? Like, Nick wasn't dumb enough to know, like, yo, one network let me go, but let me do this over here. So Nick is a whole different mindset. Like, his mental is totally different from Kanye's mental, and everything's been handed to him. You got to think Kanye went from the nerdy kid who nobody wanted to mess with. Like, he wanted to put an album out, and Rockefeller told him, we just going to use this one word for his beats.
Right.
That's it. We're going to use you for your beats. And then he made his own album that Through the Fire came through, and they was like, yo, this dude raw. Then College Dropout. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, Late Registration. All these different albums came out, and that boy shot through the roof. And I know Jay-Z may be on y'all greatest hits. I mean, greatest of all time. Yeah. But when they did that Watch the Throne, Ye ate him. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And he's talented. But it goes back to what C's saying. Do the kingdom want Ye for Ye as his salvation? Right. Or are we just trying to get him just to say we got Ye in the kingdom? That's all I'm saying. And for all my Jay-Z fans, my bad, just listen. That's all I'll tell you.
All right, back to the Kanye situation. But I mean, I agree with you, man. Like, we got to pray for this brother, man. I just pray he be all right, and I pray somebody gets to him and be like, one word. I almost said it too. One word. Shut up. Be quiet, dog.
How? When you got cats like Antonio Brown around him doing the same foolery.
I mean, Antonio Brown dipped out. I mean,
he did.
You got so wild that the crazy of the crazy, like, nah, I can't mess with him. That one word crazy. I ain't messing with him.
I know we laughing, y'all, but yeah, that does say something. That says a lot when we just had him as our one word of the day on our sports show, Antonio Brown, that is. And as soon as he got back from Dubai, he dropped him. So
I mean, imagine Dennis Rodman looking at him and be like, nah, dog, that dude, wow. Be like, what?
Yeah. So, I mean, the bottom line, man, I pray you get it right. And more than anything, because I have kids, and any mother or father on here knows this, your kids are watching you. They watch everything that you do. And it's bad enough they got to deal with, you know, some of Kim's transgressions when she was younger, because that's all over the internet. But then you got, like, there's more involved than just Kanye and his situation. You got babies that are watching this and another generation watching it. And, you know, I pray my man get it right, man. And that's my last thoughts on it.
Miss G say he the president of Donda Sports. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why because Donda Sports Donda's named after his mother. So
Miss Dingle say the Bible talks about how we have to humble ourselves or we will be humbled. Amen, sis.
That's a message.
Yeah, and a message.
I don't know where that mug went. It's coming.
There it is.
There it is. All right. So just to wrap this up, it ain't no judgment on Kanye.
No.
Like, we're not judging him. That's not what we own. But, I mean, there's so many different ways you can look at it. Yes, he speaks his mind. Like C says, there's consequences of speaking your mind. I be wanting to tell people off a lot when it comes to my job and some of the folks, but what does it solve? And as believers, we really got to watch how we carry ourselves. And he should have sat down. And so many times, like Ms. Dingle said, just kind of wrapping this up, the church fails celebrities. The moment that they get saved, we take their celebrity and we put them straight into the pulpit. We've seen them do it with football players, with basketball players, with rappers. And as soon as you give them that stardom, guess what? You just open the door. There's no difference because y'all in awe of them and y'all not worried about their soul and their salvation. Right. So
think about Justin Bieber. Better. Justin Bieber was going to one of the Hillsong churches in New York. Was going there regularly. Was very, very involved. Then the Hillsong pastor.
Didn't he even make an album?
Yeah. Then the Hillsong pastor that he was like this with fell. Now, I ain't saying Justin ain't saved no more, but how you think that did to him? And they put him in the front row, escort him in, give him certain spots. And I understand he's a big, mega star, so he can't just sit there and just be any old body. I would agree with that. We probably have to take him to another area so it won't be no problem. But with that being said, man, think of how much that could hurt his faith, seeing that. At that time, you know who was going there with Justin Bieber? Kyrie at that time. You know what I'm saying? Now Kyrie on some other stuff now, but I'm just saying, man, that like Rob said, man, believers, pastors, if you get a celebrity to come to your church, just let them come to church. You know what I mean? Don't give them special privileges. Don't elevate him. Don't put him. The brother Robert Kelly. I know you want to lead us in a song. We know you sing good, and I sing for the Lord, dog. Don't do that. Don't be greedy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be thinking about, we can get the numbers up now. Robert coming here. We can get the numbers up now. Justin come. We got about 1,000. Come on, man. We gonna have about 5 and you know what that turns into? Money. 5,000 people paying tithes. That's bad, man.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
It's very, very dangerous, bro. Very dangerous. All right, man. We're gonna move on from this. We're gonna hold up and wait again. And we're gonna have the world premiere of this video and the song called "Still Standing" by my brother Rod Redeem. Brother. I mean, this is our show, man. So you actually take time and tell people what was your heart on that song. Let me interview my brother right quick. I mean, what was you thinking? What type of mindset was you in when you came up with the "Still Standing" song, my brother?
Well, I went into my prayer closet, bro, and then that's not
that brother might have prayed, but still
not the case. Let me tell you something. Still Standing came from a spot where I was struggling and I was dealing with a lot of stuff. All the stuff that happened with police brutality, other little things that was going on as far as home life, with my kids, with my job. And the hook came to me like, I'm standing to the end. I'm still standing. Sent it over to my bro Cortez, who shot the video, and he was like, "Yo, this gonna be dope. Like, I got an idea for it." So I wanted it to be cinematic at first, and then Cortez and we talked, and he was like, "Yo, let's keep it simple." Yeah. So you go to a rooftop, and you on top of the world now because you still like, "Mama, I made it on top of the world." So this is Still Standing. My first time really showing people that I got a little bit of vocals as far as the melodic part go.
Yes, sir.
Marcia, my sis, she made the album cover. It is available at midnight, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, YouTube. Yeah. Hey, y'all make sure y'all run them numbers up. My birthday coming. I don't want nothing but for y'all to stream this song.
Here we go. Maybe.
Hold up. Hey.
David Cortez did it.
Still Standing by my brother Rob Redeem.
To the end. I come too far to let go. Ain't no time to pretend. I can't get through this life alone. See, Jesus is a friend of me. He gives me the strength when I'm weak. I'm standing to the end. I come too far to let go. It's such a blessing that I'm still here. Been through so much, sometimes I can't think clear. And I don't mean I'm doubting, I'm just being real. That's why I walk by faith and not by how I feel. Didn't think it then, but now I know, cause of those trials I'm truly strong. When I felt like giving up, he gave me strength so I can carry on. It's hard to see the lesson when you in the trial. Looking back on it, man, I see it now.
Long days, so many sleepless nights, cause I chose not to take the way of escape. Praising God for his matchless mercy, cause I took for granted his loving grace. And I know I'm only human and I'm prone to mistakes. There's no excuse for the sins I chase. Not to the swift, but I picked up my pace just trying to endure this life's race.
I come too far to let go.
Y'all see the shirt?
Ain't no time to pretend. Nah, I can't get through this life alone. See, Jesus is a friend of me. He gives me the strength when I'm weak. I'ma stand until the end. I come too far to let go.
Well done is what I'm trying to hear, and if you in the fold, you get it. I try my very best not to walk in fear, but sometimes I do, I'll admit it. Can you blame me though? I hope you hear me, bro. There's no cap, just truth. It's hard out here in these streets for a black man trying to live the life that I do. A few that look like me keep me on my feet, cause if I meet their needs, they'll take. Got me trying to cop a piece so I can ride in peace with my mind at ease. I can't fake. Not to mention those crooked views who rock the black and blue, who be quick to shoot with no question. Now I'm praying God be Lord to know what to do so I can make it through with no stress.
Look to the hills from where cometh my help. Calling on you, Lord, cause I can't do this by myself, no. Give me the strength when I ain't got nothing left, cause I know you're the strength that I need. I'ma stand until the end. I come too far to let go. Ain't no time to pretend. Nah, I can't get through this life alone. See, Jesus is a friend of me. He gives me the strength when I'm weak. I'ma stand until the end. I come too far to let go. I'm still standing. I'm still standing. I'm still standing.
Still standing by my brother Robert Dean. Shot by our homeboy Vivid Cortez.
Y'all make sure y'all go listen to that at midnight. See the video. Run the numbers up on the streaming services. Run the video up on YouTube. You know what it is. But
yes, sir.
Have you ever thought, I really enjoy what these guys are doing with these podcasts, plural. How can I be a blessing to them? How can I support them? You can hit our Cash App, # not the same podcast, or you can hit that like, subscribe, notification button. Because when you do that, that's when you can catch us on Thursdays exclusively on YouTube, because we want to be able to play the videos, yes, including my own, so we're not flagged on Facebook. So that is the purpose of it being strictly on YouTube on Thursdays, because we want to highlight, artists like Legin, C, myself, Lecrae, and all the other dope artists that we've presented and exposed you guys to. And on November 11th, our sister Tarcia Renee. So you dig what I'm saying? That is how you can do that thing there. The Prayers X TV. What up, though?
That's my brother. That's my brother,
Okay.
Roche, a.k.a. Rag, a.k.a. my brother JB. Prayers, they got a good podcast. Very, very good. But yeah, man, hey, salute
JB
to my
part
brother.
Of the Memphis podcast, right?
That's right. All
right, yeah. Y'all go subscribe to my brother Memphis podcast. They doing their thing,
coaching,
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Grizz coaching. Y'all do that thing.
But with that being said, man, salute to my brother, man. Salute to you guy. My guy got his heat thing on. You know what I'm saying? Got broski. It just don't hit for us, brother. We too seasoned for broski. But yeah, man, hey, I'm proud of you, bro, putting it out.
I appreciate it, bro.
Y'all go run the numbers up. I will be running it up as well. And hey, man, we'll be back next week with another sports show on Wednesday. No Bible study this week because it ended this week. But anyway, man, we out, man. I'm C-Micah.
Yeah, I'm Robert Dean.
We out.
Appreciate y'all.
About our Father's business. Crime mode. Filled with this Holy Spirit. That's a cheat code. Holiness the standard. We never fold. We about to make a scene. Episode. About our Father's business.